Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. In this one, we're going to be learning how to make a batch sheet maker. Do a quick demo right now. Go to our test tab button, and then it's going to ask us what file we want to make, what file we want to take off from. And so this file has a couple sheets already on it, and as you can see, obviously there are no sheets right here, right? And then we're going to hit OK. And the next step, it's going to ask us which title block we want to use. And so we can either leave it blank, and then we'll choose the first one in title blocks that have been loaded, or we can pick one. So there's a standard 130 by 42, at least for me. Hit continue, and then you'll see that all these got created right. Okay, and then if we obviously click on them, they're there. This will be able to take .csvs and Excel's file types. Okay. The reason this is a great tool to learn, or at least to have always in your tool palette, is because a couple of reasons. Like maybe like you're starting out a new project type, right? And so you're just setting out your basic sheets. That's pretty standard. There's always the like when you're going on different phases, right? So going from SD to DD to CDs to CA, like maybe you're having to create new sheets in between that, right? And you're tired of just always having to go to the ribbon, right? Or doing like all the keyboard shortcuts. Like project types, right? So if you have maybe residential project type sheet list, or a commercial, or industrial, or whatever, right? So you want to separate out by those. ASKs, those are always a big one, So ASKs can usually, or RFIs and ASKs, they can usually get upwards to maybe like 100 in a project at maybe the minimum, depending on your project size. My personal favorite is because you don't want to be stuck on a Friday night in the office creating a sheet list because your contractors and consultants send them to you, just on their way out of the office on a Friday night. So, yeah, all great reasons to learn how to make this, or at least have this in your palette somewhere. All right. So we'll get going over to the coding side, and then we'll get started. This will be a multi-part episode, right? The code is actually pretty long in it, so we're going to be obviously doing the forms, right? So there's two forms that you saw, so we'll be going through those. Then we're going to be doing the CSV text reader, and then we're going to be doing an Excel reader, right? And then we're going to have to load title blocks. So yeah, it's going to kind of stack up a bit. So this will be multi-part, but in the end we'll get them all done. Also, once you part them out like this now, so once you have them all in their own files, now you can bring these over into other tools that you're going to make, right? So later on down the road when you want to customize stuff. And then also, of course, you can eventually, once you get into it, or if you want to, make your own library, of just tools that you have to where you don't have to always be bringing these overs, right? You just bring in one library and it has all your tools that you're going to use, and then you just automate as much as you want the process, for whatever you're doing. So like in the past we've done the levels, right? Create levels. So if you haven't done that yet, you should probably go check that out. So like you can create levels, and then also you can create sheets for those levels, right? And then eventually we'll get to placing the views on sheets, right? And then eventually, walls, and then after that, start getting into room area calcs and codes and all that happy stuff, all right? Okay, guys, I'm going to shut this one down and start out with a new code from scratch, right? And we'll get going. All right, guys, so I've created a new project here. I've just named it Batch Sheet Maker Tutorial, all one word. All right, and as always, we're going to take care of our app and add in first. So here I'm going to take this guy, copy him, paste, and paste over here. Great. And then going to import bitmap image. Oops. and then go over to add-in and comment this top one out. All right. And then we'll get started on our command.cs. Alright guys, so here I'm in my command.cs file. So first we're going to do some housekeeping things, right? And so firstly, since not all of our cells are going to have text in them, right? We don't want Revit to bring in those empty cells, right? We just want to bring in the name and the sheet name and the sheet number, right? So this little snippet is going to help us with that, right? So it's going to be, we'll set it up. We'll do this first, then we'll start laying out our to-do list. So it's going to be null and empty checker. Spool. Oops. Test for null or empty. And then it's going to take a string as a parameter. String s, and then it's going to be bool result, and then result is equal to s, which is equal to null or s is equal to string.empty, and then it's going to be double equals or is equal to. And then we are going to return results. Okay. Outside of that, so this project or this tool is going to be using also your shared parameters for your project. All right. I'll go ahead and show you how that was set up on mine. Revit. All right, and then I go to my shared parameters here under the Manage tab. Right. So you have this is my path. Right. You're going to need this later also, so be sure to have that saved somewhere in a text file or something. But okay, so I created a parameter group called sheet parameter group, and then under that I have discipline, sheet order, and sheet suborder, right? So it's just, architecture, mechanical, plumbing, whatever. And then sheet order, in terms of, like which one come first, right? So it's going to be, typical sheet order is, like general, or for, when you're doing a permit set is it's general, architecture, structural, mechanical, plumbing, electrical, right? In that order. So when you have sheets, right, sheets in Revit, typically they'll sort they'll sort alphanumerically according to the sheet number typically, or however your firm has it set up, right? When your consultants or contractors give you sheets, right, they're not always going to be alphanumerically ordered, right? They're going to have, Z's in front of A's and zeros in front of ones, or ones in front of zeros, right? And it's not going to want to do that. It's not going to want to sort it pretty, so that when they give you sheets, right, they probably want their sheet set. Of course, they're going to want their sheet set in the way that they gave it to you, right? So that's why we have the sheet suborder, okay? And so these are just, let's go to properties, right? So discipline is just a text type. Sheet order is number, and then sheet suborder is going to be another integer, okay? All right. Okay. So also, so we're going to run it, and I'll show you why that's important right here. So if we have my test tab right here, button. Okay. So also, before I didn't show you the sheet I was importing, right, the CSV. So I have right here, right. So I just have A101 to 107. They have floor plan 1 to 7, right. Okay. And so if I go in here and hit my test sheet maker button, and then we hit sheet list 1, sheet 1. And then choose title block. We're going to continue because it's just going to pick the first one that loads in. And then it's going to hit sheets. All right, so there we go. We have 1 to 7, right? But where this is important, the sheet suborder, right? So we have, let me expand for you. Okay. And down. So right at the top, we have visibility graphics. Okay, but the part that becomes important, right, for our sheet is right here. So sheet order and sheet suborder, right? So sheet order, right? So this one gets 0, right? Because index for computer starts at 0. And then we go to 2, right? And that one's going to have sheet suborder of 1, right? And so forth, right? So 3 is going to have sheet suborder of 2, right? Yeah, so that part's important for ordering the sheets, right? When you get them from your other contractors, right? You want them to sort like as they give them to you in their sheet order list or whatever. Okay. All right. So let me shut down and we'll go back to the command.cs. Hey guys, all right. So this one's getting a little long. Go ahead and check out part 2 of the series. All right. See you there.